It's Jodicus Talks a Lot. And today is my birthday. I have an interesting relationship to my birthday because I've put a lot of pressure into the day having to be really awesome and fantastic and all about me. And in reality, life is not about me entirely. Everybody is the main character in their own story. And so, of course, here I am on YouTube getting to share that main character, my favorite character of all, with all of you. There are some things that happen outside of our own control. And I think when it comes to my birthday, I try to let go of that control. And that's something that I want from it is I want it to be a fantastic day without me making it that day. And so I was thinking about past birthdays, kind of like the traumatic birthday was my sweet 16. There's always so many other people who have birthdays in the same week and month as me. And when I was 16, turning 16, I was at a friend's house for a sleepover. And it was fantastic. We started like this slumber party on her day. And then we woke up and it was my birthday. But it was her birthday party. So the whole party was about her. And that is completely fair. You know, when you're turning 16, it's a big deal. So when we woke up in the morning, everybody was kind of like eating breakfast and getting ready. And then I called my parents. Everybody said, "Happy birthday!" And I was suddenly struck with so much sadness because my family was the only one who remembered. And I was surrounded by all these other, all of my like close friends. So like supposedly it's high school. And at the time too, like that was my social world. That was my entire life because that is what being 15, 16 is. So I was really sad. And so I just felt like I didn't have any real friends. You know, having read all of these books, I was an avid reader when I was younger. And I read all of these books that talked about like great friendships and relationships. And they're a little bit prescriptive about like how to be a good friend and stuff like that. But also like they're just entertainment. And entertainment is a way to escape from reality. And in my young mind, I always felt like there was something wrong with my life that I wasn't having the same experiences. And I would look at other people and their friendships and I was like, yeah, they're so close. It's like, oh, that person had a really great birthday. Oh my goodness, that person had a surprise party and they like thought that nobody remembered and then they were suddenly surprised. The several times that my husband has tried to surprise me, I like figured out beforehand. And I'm still disappointed. I'm like, well, you know, it could have been this, could have been that. Like, I want to be in control. And apparently that is like a big factor within anxiety, but also like the social awkwardness and stuff like that. That is an element of my ADHD. So growing up, didn't know that that was something affecting attention of social situations. A lot of the times, especially because I was so smart and ahead of the class, like, hello, undiagnosed giftedness. Hey, back in the 90s, it wasn't about your brain being wired differently. It was everybody is special. Oh, and your specialness is that you are really, really smart. And and that is a gift. That's why we call it giftedness, right? No, it's not necessarily better than anything else. They have their own difficulties. I was bored most of the time. I like bored in class. I had 6 books always in my desk, I remember, and I would be reading 2 of them at a time. Whether it was like, oh, I want to read this one. Oh, I just finished that one. Oh, I forgot that one somewhere else. And I would go through that. Like I'd finish all my work and then be reading as a way to escape like that boredom. And now our kids are doing that with screens and YouTube and video games, and it's all just the same thing. I do, you know, I have this hierarchy within my head that books are on top, right? Like, oh, well, I distracted myself with books. You know what? Some people distract themselves with sports, and maybe that is better than books. Some people distract themselves with building stuff or creating stuff, and that's amazing. And I did create stuff too. I had fantastic worlds. I see this when I look at my son so much. I'm like, yep, there's that creative mind fully like catapulting his way through his mind and or through his life. And it's not always a gift. Um, because you think you have these expectations on how things should go, and then they don't ever go that way. It's impossible for them to go that way. And so then you're disappointed. And you spend so much of your life kind of disappointed. That's something I'm really working through this weekend, especially this week, this time, this month is, wow, I like didn't expect that to happen. I'm kind of disappointed. I had an idea that this would be a difficult end of the year, but I didn't think it would start this soon. I didn't think that it would happen, it would play out like this. And yeah, I'm disappointed. It's good to own your emotions. I always teach that to my kids. I saw this meme and it was just so fantastic. It was that millennial generation is struggling as parents because we have to teach our kids how to be emotionally regulated and all about accepting their emotions and letting them pass and all this stuff, be like their big emotional coach, while also healing from not being allowed that when we grew up either. And you know what? That's every single parent. Every generation of parents, they have to parent in a new world when they're trying to catch up to this new world too. And it's not a good idea to put any attachment to better or worse. It's much easier for you to accept it if you just understand that life has changed, history's change, society has changed. But you can still be disappointed. Oh, on the walk home, I was thinking about all these different birthdays, and some were great. I think back to like my 25th birthday. No, 26th. My 25th year was, whew, what a roller coaster. It started off like really amazing. I quit my full-time job. Probably that was the last time that I was ever, regularly employed. And I just quit without anything else. And I was going to be a blogger. Which is so like 3 generations ago. Like really, I should be starting a podcast, but I don't think that I can get everything across. My 25th year was really, really awesome. And that summer, I always refer to that summer as like the most fun I've ever had in my life. And that's awesome. I'm glad I have those memories. I living a little bit off of my credit, that see the other playlists for that. This is, I call it my raw summer. And I feel like it was raw on so many levels, just really unhampered by societal pressures. And I felt so free, and it was beautiful. And then I knew though going into August, I was seriously aware of my money situation. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get back into actually full employment, not just this underemployment. Was considering a few different options. To be a manager at a raw vegan restaurant came up, and I stepped into my first like really serious leadership role within my working career. And that summer, two of my best friends who were also like, who are a major part of that fun summer of underemployment and dumpster diving and kale chips and growing my own garden and so many vegetables and fruit. And it was an awesome and amazing summer. That was every single time that it starts to warm up, I'm like, maybe it'll be that awesome again. And I don't think it will, because life has changed. They threw me a birthday party, and the theme was cross-dressing. And it was brilliant and fantastic. It was beautiful. It was so much fun. And then my next birthday, so my 27th birthday, was when my now husband met my sisters, and I was trying to recreate that, the 26th birthday, and I was trying, and I think that was the last time that I tried. Because then after that, oh, my partner could plan it, and he tried surprises. I'm pretty sure for my 30th birthday he tried really hard to have a surprise party, but uh I knew something was going on. Yeah, my 31st birthday, I was just starting in another new job with another plant-based company, and we had just been like fully unemployed, collecting EI, um, and got married. So that summer was also really interesting and transitionary, which is like my life, apparently. And I'm just, now that I've been diagnosed with ADHD, I'm like, that is a life for a lot of people, and this can be it. Like 32 and up, I have been a mom. So I'm still trying to control it. Like for my firstborn, I was like, he was born within the month of my birthday. And so I was like, okay, let's not have a baby shower. Let's have a meet the baby and make it on my birthday so that people can also wish me happy birthday. And I think that was maybe the beginning of the disappointing things. I enjoyed it. But nobody threw me a parade. And I think that was a really big aspect of my life at that time. Like at the beginning of my 30s, yeah, that's definitely it. Beginning of my 30s, I wanted a parade. I wanted people to be like, "Hey, you're awesome," and appreciate me, um and recognize how amazing I was. Cuz I was pretty awesome. Um and I was just finally realizing that, like 28 on, I was starting to realize, "Hey, I'm actually really awesome. Why doesn't everybody give me like a big parade? Why isn't everybody else watching this like movie where I'm the main character? Jeez, like they have their own thing." And I've always been really like aware of other people having their own life, but I think it's only been in the last couple of years where I'm like, no, like I am not the Truman Show. It's that person, especially as I like deal with my RSD and other like social anxieties. It's that those people are not thinking the worst thing that I think they think about me. Does that make sense? Yeah, yeah. Famous ADHD catchphrase. Does that make sense? Does it? Does it make sense? It is. This is my last year in my 30s. And looking back at, my teens, my 20s, and 30s, I am so excited about my 40s. It just like, it gets so much better. Every decade is like, wow, I know that much more about myself. I have that much better understanding of the world. And I think that is what keeps me going, because I'm also dealing with this whole thing of like, I need to be hopeful, because if there's no hope, then then I'm not going on. There's nothing to like carry me forward right now. And I that's what I need the most of. I need to believe in myself. I need to be hopeful. So, happy birthday to me. I'm going to have a fantastic day and just like enjoy myself. And doing this video after the walk home was like top priority. Yeah, on my fun stuff to do. And I'm going to go get a free Starbucks because that's awesome. We'll see what else I end up doing. I'll probably never tell you. Thank you for peeking into my movie and listening to me go on and on about my favorite subject, myself. And hopefully you found something relatable, because this is definitely the anecdotal communication that all us neurospicy people love to engage with socially, and I want to make that a reality for us all, that it's totally acceptable. I appreciate you watching, and especially if you're still here. Thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this video, please click that like button at the bottom, because that gets more people out to see it. You can share it with your friends. Just be like, hey, there's this like crazy ADHD mom who's sharing her life story. And I think there's some things that are really relatable. Maybe she's not that funny yet, but we'll see. And yeah, subscribe and get push notifications because you need to be inundated with all of the information all at once. Or like chill, and when you really want to watch something, come hit this playlist and hear a lot about my life because that's how I watch YouTube. It's just like, hey, I'm really feeling this person right now. I'm gonna go and listen to them. Maybe it is my voice. Maybe like sometimes I listen to YouTubers and I'm like, oh, I just love their voice. I'll just turn them on when I'm sewing and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about, but the sound of their voice is just like really calming and makes me feel like I'm not so alone. So if that is you, know that you're not alone. And I'm here babbling on and on and on and on and on about myself and my life. Have a great day.